Most people know that a sad moment does not mean a sad life, but women think only short term, so once their husbands fail to keep them happy, they feel free to leave marriages altogether. The vows were nothing but a lie.
Find the man you want to get married to. Are you saying you will be with that man whatever happens the rest of your life?
Yes, for the vows that we're supposed to live.
How do you know you can keep them?
I mean, I think it's a choice. That's the thing, like women are so willing to leave marriages because they're not happy. This is not about happiness. The most important thing is the children. And the problem is we have a modern society where it's me, my feelings, leave when I feel like it, instead of doing what's best for the kids.
Hey, but I've got to say, it's a little bit listening to Andrew Tate where some of it I really don't agree with. I don't agree with the vote stuff. When I hear things like that, I think there'll be a lot of people, especially older generation women perhaps, who think, you know what, she's got a point.
Blonde chick is thinking, shut up Pearl, stop ratting us out. We don't stay married for happiness. Our vows don't say from happy until not happy. I'm sure Pearl is not talking about extreme situations like abuse towards her or her children. She's talking about women ripping the families apart just because they're not happy or because the woman wants to pursue hotter guys. Those are terrible reasons to get a divorce. A man flexing a Rolex deserves being robbed, they say, so men beware of where they move. But women feel like they're entitled to safety. If only the world was sunshine and rainbows.
I just want to know why you feel all men are predators.
Like I said, I think it was more in this case. If I'm down an alleyway, to me, every man that I pass is a predator because I've got a view there. Because I've been stalked down alleyways. Come on, like this is the thing.
I just think like, why would you? I would never go down an alleyway alone.
How would you get home if that's the only choice?
I'm never in alleyways.
I would just live somewhere safer.
So it's my fault.
I mean, I think you shouldn't put yourself in bad situations.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. This is coming.
I did not say it was your fault, but I'm just saying, why would you put yourself in a bad situation? Like men know this. They know not to go down an alleyway alone at night. But women think we're entitled to safety.
If a woman gazes long into the alleyway gazes back. Nietzsche's wife. Plot twist, she actually lives in the alley, which is why she said she had no choice but to go that way. Women think they're entitled to safety. That shit rang true as fuck. In the next clip, you'll see way more entitlement.
We gotta look at the totality of the circumstances, bro. So, they make their own money, feminism is here, I deserve the best, I'm special, I get DMs from all these weird creepo guys, oh look, they all want me. Then I get a message from a B-list celeb. Then I get a message from an athlete. Then I get a message from here. I go to the gym. Guys are staring at me. Then I'm at the sandwich shop. This guy tries to awkwardly give me attention. Oh, another guy gave me a gift. Another guy walked in and gave me flowers just for me being here. All of this does a lot to a woman's psyche as to what she thinks she deserves and where she stands from a sexual marketplace standpoint. Like this all working in tandem changes a girl's mindset of where she stands.
I agree, but you did the same thing again. You guys always do. You're talking about the sexual marketplace. If you want to talk about getting laid, I agree with you. But like a normal dude that is like really charismatic, that can make a girl laugh, make somebody feel special, listen to pay attention to conversations, all this shit, you can absolutely pull a chick in. Even if she's talked to and fucked 5 different fucking celebrities.
Here's the thing, that guy now has to work harder to get that girl because she thinks, I'm here, I've attracted this caliber guy, I need you to entertain me, motherfucker.
Guys have always had to work hard.
Not
Every fucking Hollywood movie, the guy has to try hard to get the girl. It has always been like that throughout all of human history.
Hollywood's not real life.
All of it. You can't say Hollywood's not real life. The stories it tells obviously resonates with people. People don't just watch like,
Hollywood love stories, they're stalking a girl behind a tree.
Statistically speaking, Destiny, I hate to say it, but male virginity has gone up significantly. Men being sexless has gone up significantly. So
that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. Again, you're conflating sex and relationships.
That's the same thing.
It's not the same thing. They're totally different.
Hold on. I got you, Destiny. Let's say, the guy pulls it off, and that's his girl. Can he maintain her?
Let's say the guy what?
Let's say the average guy, is charismatic, charming, whatever, gets the girl. Can he maintain her for a long period of time after having an experience with a top guy? Can he maintain her?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, the stats don't show that. The marriage stats show that, hey, they get married as the average couple, but over time, oh, you know what? Brad was really lit. He had a great lifestyle. I'm tired of Jerry. And then they leave. It happens all the time.
Like her, she had 2 kids with her dream guy. She left him, not even a real reason.
That's first of all, we can't comment completely on her situation. But even that, the stats aren't true. Okay, hold on, wait. I've seen those exact numbers that you're talking about. And what you guys say is, this is the talking point you say. Women, the women that stay in relationships the longest are the ones that have 0 partners, and then it goes up for divorce rates for 1 partner. And that's true. But if you keep watching that graph, it goes up for 2, but then it drops after 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it takes it until they get to 8 partners until the divorce rate.
6 is when it goes up significantly.
But I think 8 is when it gets past the 2 mark.
What? Well, I'm out, man.
Like, all those stats for what? Just to say, I think this and that? Then it's not a stat or a fact, just an opinion.
Is when it gets past that point. So it's not just that having more keeps it, having more partners makes it so you're more likely to break up because you've had more partners. It could be the case that if you've only had like 0 or 1 or 2 partners, maybe you just got really fucking lucky and you found like the one early on. You found the perfect fucking girl or guy when you're 18 or 19, and now you're contributing to that stat of like, oh, I've only had like 0 or 1 partner and now I'm together forever. Or it could be people that are like, I'm fucking super religious. I've had 1 partner. I don't really want to fuck more because I'm a horrible fucking whatever antichrist if I do shit, and they end up staying in relationships longer than they don't like because they're religious, they feel pressure to. Like, there's a lot of other things that go into that as well. But you guys never explain, why is it that a woman who's had 3 sexual partners is more likely to stay in a relationship than one with 2, or one with 4 is more likely than one with 3, or one with 5 is more likely? You don't explain that because you only talk about that graph from 0 to 2. I've seen the family study you're talking about.
It's more along the lines of 0 to 6.
0 to 6.
Yeah, well, when you graph it like that, but graphing it like that that's a disingenuous statistical analysis.
But here's the thing:
because a graph that goes like this can't have a curve, an R-squared drawn like this. It's not fair.
Because it becomes substantial and becomes significant after 6. That's why I refer to it that way. Because yes, I do. You are right. It does deviate to a degree, but it's not that significant. It's after 6 that it starts to drop off precipitously.
Sure, but I think that a more honest analysis when you're looking at data like that is people with 0 to 2 partners are probably people that are incredibly selective, maybe people with really traditional religious backgrounds, and therefore probably are more likely to stay in relationships the long term, even if they're not happy. When you get to the 6, 7 plus, these are probably people that like to fuck around a lot, that don't really care about like the sanctity of marriage or any of that shit, so they're probably more likely to divorce if they get married. I think that that's a more fair analysis than saying, once a girl's had 6 and she's never going to stay with the same fucking guy.
Here's the thing.
I think that's more fair.
Here's the thing. Everything comes back to the totality of the circumstances. So like what I said before, as far as like girls wanting, having a lot of options or whatever, and then not settling or wanting a guy that's way above them, it comes back to, that's why I said, not only dating apps, not only Instagram, not only social media, but also feminism coming in and girls making their own money has played a significant role in that. Women being educated also has played a role in that.
100%.
So I look at it from a holistic standpoint. Like, yes, what you're saying before is like 1 or 2, yes, more than likely she's going to be religious. I agree, because when a girl's more religious, she has these certain buffers in place to keep her from being super promiscuous, because these are things that used to be in place before. But what I am saying is that for most women, those things aren't necessarily a buffer anymore. Shame, that's pretty much eliminated. A girl can have as many people as she wants. Hell, we got rap songs nowadays that glorify it, and a lot of people just aren't religious. So it's like, whatever.
Sure.
Okay.
Women can sleep around, have adult film careers, and all of a sudden, reclaim their virginity. Yeah, but at the same time, men need to keep paying child support for impregnating the wrong woman? Women are so goddamn entitled to every good thing out there, but don't want to accept that many of the bad things that happen to them are their responsibility. Let's check some comments. I'll never take advice from a blue-haired bi dude who shares his wife. Destiny fits in perfect as one of the girls. Destiny fails to realize the vast majority of women have way more than 6 partners. He's sitting there arguing about 3 or 4, while most chicks are sitting at 10 times that number. Continuing with women's entitlement, here's the thing. A woman's past does matter to men, at least to those interested in not getting STDs or long-term relationships. But still, women think they can let many men smash them without getting judged.
Well, anytime whether you have a high body count, you were a porn star, you did OnlyFans, you did anything that has a negative connotation, right? That involves sex work. Hell, some guys might even like a girl that worked in the bottle, as a bottle girl or whatever. What happens is that what's going to happen is that when you reveal that to certain men, it's going to disqualify you from any type of real relationship. So to give yourself the best chance, right? You don't want to disclose that type of information, because the men that you typically want, the tall, attractive guy that has money, has options. And I'm going to tell you guys this right now. The biggest disqualifier for a man is a woman with a past. But you're not going to want that.
But being a dancer, how does that make you like have a past?
because
like,
it has
I
a negative.
The porn star.
Here's the thing.
And like the only.
I'm very well aware that there's women that are strippers that have less body counts than women that are fucking doctors. I'm very well aware of that. Okay. That a career doesn't necessarily mean that you're a hoe. However, you're wearing a hoe's uniform, so they're gonna assume the worst. Right. So even though you might have a lower body count than a woman that has, you know, a Yale degree, bachelor's degree or a master's degree at Yale, it's not out there for them to see. Men are very visual. Seeing is believing for guys. This is why a girl like Mia Khalifa, Lana Rhoades, whatever, they're doomed because their videos are on the internet of them getting plowed by, you know, a gang of dudes. So even though they might have a lower body count in general, the negative connotation of the industry and then guys being able to see that or knowing it through other peers or whatever is it's always gonna come back to haunt you as a woman.
Yeah, the perception around that and then the environment, they're gonna think, oh, you know what? She's a stripper? I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
She might have smashed.
Then why do y'all come to strip clubs?
well, to smash.
You can't go to a strip club and smash the bitch.
Nah,
depending on what club you guys.
Because men are visual. Like a lot of the times when guys go to strip clubs, men a lot of time go to strip clubs to pay for femininity. You know, a lot of modern day women are masculine as fuck.
Yep.
So, you know, they don't dress up for their guys. They don't like, you know, take care of themselves. They don't look good. So guys will go to a strip club almost a lot of the times to escape. It's one of the few times for a lot of guys. Remember, ladies, most guys struggle with women. You know, there's a whole reason why they have the OnlyFans, porn, strip clubs, etc. are a thing in the first place is because men have this infatuation with beautiful women and it's very difficult to come across them and attract them. So they go to the strip club to escape reality a lot of times. It's the first time they're able to sit around an attractive woman, have an attractive woman talk to them, get attention from an attractive woman, naturally feminine, etc. Because when strippers talk to you, it's a game. Oh, how you doing, baby? Blah, blah, blah. They're naturally submissive and feminine all of a sudden. Guys yearn for that. It's very difficult to find, especially in today's day and age with feminism and all these women walking around saying, I'll make you an omelet if I'm on my way to making an omelet. You know what I mean? No offense to you, picking on you a bit.
With no seasoning.
But this is how a lot of women, but this is how a lot of women think. A lot of women think, oh, 50-50 partnership, it's equal, I'm equal to you. I don't necessarily have to act like a lady because I'm doing what you're doing too, motherfucker. So a lot of guys go there to get that escape. A lot of for strip clubs. And obviously the sex too, but that's a part of it, is what I'm trying to say.
I'm fucked because I told the whole Fresh and Fit like 20 times I'm a stripper, so I'm doomed.
It's okay. There's people that don't watch us.
Yeah. Don't worry. There's a simp out there for you.
There's a simp out there for you. Don't worry. I promise. Justin, what's your take on this? What girls in their past as far as like,
I would never take a stripper seriously. I'm not saying I wouldn't sleep with her, but you know, it's like a girl with a high body count. Like you need to conceal that if you really, really like the guy. Yeah. Any guy that's going to take you seriously is not going to allow that. And even he could actually like you and still wouldn't do it because it's always going to be in the back of his mind.
Yeah.
And that's just, it might be unfair. It might not be right. I just think it's part of being a male. I think it has something to do with the primal part of wanting to know what you're worth.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll give all the ladies, I guess a comparison, which, you know, a guy that's 5'2", you probably wouldn't want to date him more than likely, right? A guy that's really short or shorter than you. That's exactly how men feel about women that have high body counts.
Right. Or did some kind of promiscuous level of work in the past where there was a large amount of exposure to other men in a sexual regard.
So would it be fair for women to not want to fuck with men who done stupid shit in the past that like criminal shit and like stuff like that? You know what I'm saying?
That turns women on. So
no, it doesn't. It doesn't turn me on at all.
Well, let's clarify that word. There's a big difference between fair and reality. A big difference.
Right.
So, you know, what's fair and what's reality are two different things.
But reality is like a woman who could actually be a better wife than a doctor could have been a stripper. Like, and you guys just disqualify her because of her.
Well, Bonnie, you're looking at different multiple variables right now that don't necessarily make sense, and I'll explain what I mean by this. You said earlier, a guy's a criminal or he has a past. Would he get disqualified? My argument is no, because a lot of the times guys that are criminals or guys that have that past are attractive to women, so they don't get sexually disqualified. Does that make sense? They're still going to be able to get the box because they're inherently attractive because they have that bad boy image. There's a reason why they say nice guys finish last. However, right, here's the thing. If I'm going to break this down very nice and simply, women look at a man's future, men look at a woman's past. So women typically want to align themselves with a guy that has a future to some degree. Okay, so even if a guy's a bad boy, he has attractive traits that might, you know, show a reminiscence of a future. But with men, it's like if a girl's a hoe, she's going to be disqualified for a relationship. Okay, now does that mean that, you know, you're not going to still get a guy to want to fuck you and date you? No, you can still get it. But for a guy to take you seriously and want to date you and like give you a title, he's going to have a issue with you having a past.
Would it be fair if we don't want to mess with a man with a criminal past? Yes it would. Highly disagree with this take. If you are a promiscuous woman, please be honest to your man about that behavior. He will eventually find out, and the betrayal he feels when he finds out will come with a wrath you have never seen before. It's more than just the fact of whether they have high body counts. It means she's the kind of woman who is comfortable and finds it normal selling her sex appeal for material gain. Doesn't mean they're all bad people, but it's not a good indicator. The saying goes, nice guys finish last. But here's the kicker. Being nice to the wrong women will make you finish last. Only a minority really deserves your best. If not, you treat them like you treat everyone else. Check this out.
Important for you to clear the air, because I actually think you are respectable to women unless they disrespect you. Yeah. So, you know, you've been called all the names in the book. You know, chauvinist, misogynist, women hater.
Racist now, too.
You know, racist, whatever.
Misogyny.
Why don't you clear the air? How do you really feel about women?
Well, I...
Had to be Zerka, bro.
My thing is that they're one of the most prized commodities in the world, but with that said, with women comes responsibility. And you have to understand that that responsibility is on you to be the leader and lead her the correct way. Because if you don't, she's going to lead the relationship, and we know what happens when women lead. It's to the end of the relationship. So it's on the guy. I think at the end of the day, the ultimate responsibility comes on the guy. So if you get finessed by a girl, it's your fault. If a girl treats you poorly, it's your fault. A woman's behavior is typically a mere reflection of that man's masculinity and frame.
And I think it's important, just to add to this as well, is that we learn women not to hate them, but to understand them. And ultimately, you want to be next to them because having kids and a family is important.
And to know that you're the leader, which means if you're the leader, you bear the responsibility. Like, the thing is that a lot of people look at our content and say, y'all just bash women, blah, 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 blah. No, we respect women, we treasure women, but we understand their nature, that they're not leaders. The man has to be the leader. If there's an issue in the relationship a lot of the times, infidelity, blah, 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 it's your fucking fault as the man. But they don't clip that part, do they?
Next clip I want to do, you were actually the first time you were...
This type of content is not about bashing women for the hell of it, it's for a good reason. If a woman acts like a boss babe and only gets pumped and dumped, well, that's all she's going to get. Also, a man with low self-esteem will do whatever it takes to get some pussy. Men just need to learn female nature in order not to get played. And saying these things about women is not misogyny. It's just a lesson. With that being said, guys, thanks for checking out this video. Stay tuned for more daily content. Like, subscribe, and comment. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.